Today I'm going to talk about some cookbooks that really mean a lot to me. They've helped me get through some really rough times. Not so much now, but when we first moved out here, it was really tough. Now a little backstory. I had already felt like things weren't quite right. And back in probably 2013, I started thinking, things just don't seem right. So anyway, I told Randy, I said, look, I'm going to start one of these crazy prepper pantries, okay? Something's just telling me, I don't know if it was divine providence or something I saw on TV or, I don't know, but something hit my heart that I needed to start putting things away. And I didn't really know how, and YouTube wasn't a thing back then. I mean, I don't even know if they had YouTube back then. If they did, I didn't watch it. And so I started buying books to help me figure out what I needed to do, how I needed to do it, and why I needed to do it. So one of the first ones I bought was, and I love this little book. I do. I love this little book. It's called The Prepper's Cookbook. I will leave a link because this one I'm sure is still in print. It has everything that you need to know. I mean, it really does. She goes through and she explains why you should prepare, and not for an apocalypse and not for the end of the world, but just for your own sanity. It's if you have it and then your husband comes home and says, honey, I got laid off. Well, you're not set in panic mode that you can't feed your kids for the next 2 months while he finds a job or while you try to go find a job. You have that little cushion that, maybe you had enough in savings, you could still pay your light bill or you could still make your mortgage, but you wouldn't have to depend on a grocery store because you have your own little grocery store that would get you through a job loss or somebody getting really sick, or, there's all kinds of family emergencies. Our emergency came when we lost everything. So I had that fallback. I had probably 8-9 months worth of food put back. I'm pretty sure it was pretty close to that. And what we did, actually, I wouldn't even go to the grocery store. No lie. Randy is a penny pincher. Okay, I'm not. If I see something and that would be good for dinner, I would get it. Okay, well, we gave ourselves a $50 a week grocery allowance when we moved out here. That's it. If it couldn't be bought with $50, we weren't getting it. And that $50 had to include laundry soap, dish soap, Pine Sol. I had, it all had to come out of that $50. So that 8-9 month buffer out there was a godsend, because with that $50, he would buy in Ziploc bags because you have to be able to put your food away in order to keep it. So that would mean roughly we would have $35 for actual food. So whatever meat was on sale, that's what we got. It was, if hamburger was on sale and he bought 10 pounds of hamburger, I'd figure out how to make different meals with 10 pounds of hamburger. If leg quarters were on sale, then we ate leg quarters. It just, whatever went inside that $50, that's what we got. And there was no extra. And this little book helped me put a lot of it together. I mean, I would have this. Well, what are you going to do with that? Oh, well, it's in there. And another one is really kind of cute. It's called 100-Day Pantry by Jan Jackson. Every ingredient is a pantry staple item. There isn't anything in here that you couldn't put away for a rainy day. I'll just open it. You can see I got little tags and tips in here, but okay, just open it up and cook all day dinner. You need 1 box of wild rice. You need some canned beef, some canned mushrooms, some canned carrots, some canned beef broth, some canned beef gravy, some dry celery, dry onion, and some seasoning salt. You throw it in a crock pot and you cook it. And then she has little notes, for everyday meals. You can replace the dried vegetables with double the amount of fresh. It's 100 dump and go recipes that you should have most of the ingredients for all the time. I'll leave a link below for this one. It is on Amazon. Another favorite, and I was really shocked that this was still in print and it's still on Amazon. It's called The Original Fannie Farmer 1896 Cookbook. It's from the Boston Cooking School. This is like the holy grail of cookbooks because there is nothing that's on the center aisle of a grocery store in this cookbook. Everything is fresh, natural, organic, ingredients, wholesome, just ingredients. And you can find anything, how to cook Brussels sprouts, cabbage, boiled cabbage, escallop cabbage, sugar beets, boiled beets, cream of lima, shell beans, string beans, anything. And my husband thought this was just unbelievable. You need, where did it go? I lost it. The daily average ration for an adult male is 3.5 ounces of protein, 3 ounces of fat, 10 ounces of starch, 1 ounce of salt, and 5 pints of water. People now would think that was a starvation diet, but that was what they suggested for an average everyday meal. We have gotten really bad about food portions in the United States. So that's all they ate back then. And there were some strapping men. Okay. And before I go, you're not going to find this on Amazon. It's called Heavenly Recipes, but it's one of those old church cookbooks that they used to make to raise money. They're just full of local recipes and people that you knew. And anyway, if you can find some of these, they're probably in thrift stores, or maybe you could ask somebody at church if they have an old one or anything like that. They have the coolest recipes in them and stuff you'll never find in any other cookbook. And they use simple ingredients. This one's from like the 70s, I think. But there's no copyright. I can't even find which church, but I know that's where this came from. Can't find anything about who published it, but it's got the cutest little pictures in it, and it just has, real simple recipes that main dish casseroles and meat, party spice meatballs, pizza sauce, green bean casserole, ground beef casserole, salmon cakes. Just simple, easy meals that you can put together with very few ingredients. That's what you need to find. Things like that. But I will leave links in the description for these 3 because I know that they're still there. This one really surprised me that it was still there, but it's a good thing it is. I mean, it really is, because people nowadays need that. If you like the information you got today, like and subscribe to our channel. I'm going to do another series. I'll do another video on the gardening books I use. Things I do, the things that I tried, the things that didn't work, the things that might work for you. But I'll let you make that decision. That's it for me. I'll see you next time.